All right. Yeah. Welcome back to another episode. This is episode something.
One of the episodes. If you're following us again, you should know.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of the Anything and Everything podcast. I am one of your hosts, your boy, the main man in the room, the tallest guy, the guy who got 1.3k views on a music video on YouTube. Hashtag the team, hashtag running, yeah, featuring Della, featuring Jaden Crossan. Why am I plugging? And
This
with
guy
me,
likes talking to himself. Yeah.
and with me today and always, not like
Wow, like I'm a special guest today. Oh, wow. I feel like I'm a special guest,
I'm
guys.
sorry, I didn't mean to say it as if you don't come here all the time. So it's you, it's me, and
The special guest for today,
this-
WAYNOz The DJ.
the special guest all
So
the time.
ignore the other ones when I'm there. This one is I'm a special guest apparently.
The special guest is on every episode. And so today we're talking about what we promised you,
In the last episode.
the Joker movie review.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man, there's some heavy controversy. And before we even start this episode, spoilers.
Big spoilers.
If you have not watched this movie, spoilers. However, if you want to know what happens and you
Keep
want to
watching.
keep while listening, technically.
Oh, yeah. Technically, keep listening.
And then you can go in knowing what to be,
Excited about.
yeah, and what to expect.
Exactly.
So we're going to have a moment of silence so that you can switch off this podcast if you have not watched the movie yet and you do not have any spoilers. Okay.
That was a spoiler.
No! So before we start this, right, quick story, because you know I like story time.
Okay.
Right. My cousin,
Yes.
right? So she decided to go with my other cousins. They're studying in Bloemfontein.
All right.
For those who don't know, for all our international listeners, if we have any, I'm sure we do.
Big out to you,
Yeah. So Bloemfontein is a city in the province of Free State, right?
which is dry.
When's one of the World Cup games? One of the World Cup games there in Bloemfontein?
I have no idea.
I feel like there was one there.
I don't know. It was
Could-
dry though.
There's PE, it was Cape Town, it was Josie, it was Durban. I'm sure there was one in Bloemfontein. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's here, neither near nor there.
Yeah.
So anyway, my three cousins in university, right? So one of them decides, hey, let's go watch the Joker movie because she's a huge comic book
Okay.
fan, right? So they go, right?
All right.
Oh, they want to go watch it. And just before the climax, although I think it might have not been a climax because there's a few times where you think it's about to climax, but it doesn't.
doesn't,
'Cause
yeah.
the next scene is like, woof.
It took a while.
Yeah. So you hit the climax. She said, as the climax of the movie was about to happen, lights cut.
Ish.
There was what we call in South Africa
Load shedding. Yes, comes our favorite friend.
Yeah, hashtag. Yeah, turn on the lights. So now lights cut off. They're done. They're out. Right. I think about 2 minutes later, the generator kicked in.
Okay.
Movie then carried on from where they left off, but with no sound.
Oh.
So now my cousin is like, nah, fam, I ain't about this life. We leaving. Let's go outside. We go out. She goes, finds one of the people at the till. She's like, listen, the movie's playing with no sound. Fix it, please. This individual's like, okay, cool,
Okay.
we'll get onto it shortly. We'll let you know. They played a good old 20 minutes of the movie with no sound.
Sure.
Eventually, after 20 minutes, the sound comes back on. The manager's like, before this, the manager, she spoke to the manager
Yeah.
as well. The manager said, no, we're going to sort it out, right?
Okay.
Excuse me. We're going to sort it out. Wada. She was like, but now you guys have played like over 20 minutes of the movie with no sound.
Yes.
I want you to restart the movie from where we saw the movie, which when the lights just went off.
Yes.
And start to deal with the sound.
That's only the right thing to do.
Yeah. And then they were like, giving excuses. And now my cousin is like almost your height
Yeah.
and you're quite tall.
Yes, I am.
Not taller than me, but she's more or less just slightly shorter than you.
Yes, she is.
Right? And by slightly, I mean maybe 2 inches.
That's still shorter than me.
Yeah. So she's tall. So now this manager must have been small because now she starts getting like hyped. But she's not hyped that she's going to hurt this poor lady.
Yeah.
But everybody in the cinema, all the staff, stopped working.
Look at that.
No, they stopped working and they came to this whole thing to try and prevent my cousin from hitting this woman. And my cousin's like, I was never going to hit her. It's just because I raised my voice because she was irritating me and she made me angry. All of the stuff came now. They like, just calm down. Nobody needs to get violent. Nobody needs to get hurt. It's like, I'm not. And then my other two cousins that were with her, they were like, just calm down, man. Just like, let's just go. And in that moment in time, she had an epiphany. She said to herself, and she said to me, she said, I thought to myself, I've got the wrong cousin here. She was like, Delroy, if you were with me at that cinema and this was happening, it was about to go down. And I was like, for sure, it was about to go down. I would have told him start the whole movie again. I want snacks for free and I'm watching it. Oh, but we got another show. I don't care about that show. I want to watch the show I paid for. And then the lady was like, but we don't have any control over what Eskom does in terms of load shedding. It's like, yeah, I know, but you have a generator in case these things happen. So then what happened? And then the lady's like, okay, we can give you a complimentary ticket. Now I was going to be like, okay, I have a complimentary ticket. But I want a complimentary ticket. It comes with a snack bundle. I don't care if it's the kiddies combo. I want a snack bundle.
Exactly.
So when I come for this movie again, I get that snack bundle for free. But my cousin was like, nah, fam, give me the money back. Because she needed to, she didn't have a really good day. Because like after that day, she left the keys in the Uber.
Oh, wow.
She couldn't get into her room. She had to literally break into her own room. Now she has to buy a lock. So technically, it was a wise decision to get a refund.
This wasn't having the best of days, was she?
Oh, no, she was not. I told her, listen, you need to go watch that movie because it's a brilliant movie. Right. And she agreed for what she was watching. She enjoyed it. But anyway, back to the movie. I digress.
Okay,
right.
let's get
back to the main topic. Story time is finished. The Joker. Well, Joker. Joker movie.
Yes, the Joker movie.
Scale of 1 to 10.
I will give it 8.
Solid 8.
Yes.
I'll give it about that. I was going to say 8.5, but then I thought about the beginning.
Exactly. Yes, I put it down to 8.
Yeah, give it.
And then saved it.
Give it an 8. Because look, for what it's worth, that movie was nice. But my word, did it take so freaking long to start. But I understand why.
But I understand why. Yeah,
it had to be a slow build up because you can't just show how somebody has mental issues and then like the next day becomes a Joker.
No, they have to show you from his point of view what he sees.
It was a slow
and to him he saw nothing wrong.
Exactly. Until one scene.
Yeah.
Well, until a couple of scenes, and then all of a sudden things started going downhill after that.
Yeah.
But I understand it was a slow. But in the beginning, it really felt like a slow burn. And then you know why I say that there? Because the music didn't help.
No, the music didn't help.
Because there were times where the music was building up, and you're like, "Oh my god, is this gonna be the?" And then it's like,
dies off.
I'm like, and then.
But
overall, it was a good movie. I heard a lot of people talking about it on social media.
Yeah,
everybody praised the movie.
When
there were a few people that disagreed.
When I heard they were making a Joker movie, I was excited.
No, okay, wait. And no, I went because my thing was Joker has no origin story, and because he has no origin story, that makes him one of the best villains of all time because of this mystery about him.
Yeah, but
nobody knows who he is and where he came from.
Exactly, but in this movie they kept it though.
No, but what I'm trying to say is he was still known as Arthur Fleck for a large amount of the movie.
Yeah.
But I understand why, because that movie was slightly inspired from the Batman animated series, because in the Batman animated series they gave you a small little like drop of who Joker was before the Joker.
Yeah.
And then in Killing Joke, that's the closest thing to an origin story for Joker.
Yeah.
So they kind of like adapted, like loosely translated those two
moments. But they did say it's not canon, so.
Yeah, which then when they said that, I was like, okay. Now, if it's like an Elseworld story or a different universe story, 100% agree with it.
So, back to my point. When I heard, and so I heard up on it, and then I heard who the casting as Joker.
Phoenix.
I was very impressed.
Your boy Phoenix.
Because he only acts in good movies.
Yeah, I know, he's brilliant.
And
in fact, one of the executives that went on set one time was interviewed, and she said that if you liked Heath Ledger Joker, then Phoenix's Joker is up there with with him.
I agree.
It's a good. He
Um,
played a good Joker.
Exactly. And so, and because I follow Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix, and most of his movies, and most of his movies were good. And so when they said that he's playing Joker, I thought to myself, else would have been a better Joker? Nobody, because this
Nobody.
guy plays such good and crazy roles.
Yeah, weird characters.
Yeah,
And he is a weird character.
and so his name is weird. So
I know, right?
Joaquin Phoenix.
And
Anyway,
it's not even spelled the way you would expect it.
Exactly.
There's a J in the middle of nowhere.
know.
It's a silent J, I think.
anyway, so I gave props and said, no, this movie is going to be good.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
you know what scene like really like shook me slightly?
I'll try.
Well, it didn't leave me shook, but it was kind of creepy. It's that scene where he's trying to undo his shoe, and he's bending and he's arching his back.
Oh,
I was like, damn.
Oh.
How long were you? How many times did you have to do that? Because I'm sure at some point they had to stop, and then I don't know, because you could see, and I don't even think they stopped rolling.
Yeah,
I
no.
think they were just rolling and rolling and rolling, and
But-
he was in character, and then he'd say something. Because there were a few cutscenes that he did, and then
yes,
he took it out.
exactly. No, but when you spoke to the director, they actually did say
Todd Phillips, well done.
that if you've seen him while we were filming, he was so much in character that even when the camera stopped, he was still in character.
Yeah, he was still playing the Joker, similar to what Heath did.
Yeah.
Heath was
So-
exactly the same way. He was always constantly in that Joker persona.
Yeah, so he...
I mean, Leto tried. Big ups to him.
Oh, shame, poor Leto.
Now, but Leto's a different. I mean, I
Uh,
saw an article where Leto said he was upset with Warner Bros. Casting a new Joker. But I'm like, fam, understand that this Joker, Phoenix's Joker, is a different universe. You in the Suicide Squad universe.
Exactly.
So it would have never worked for you to play that Joker. Would have never.
Exactly. And so, yeah, so he said he continually was Joker, even when the cameras was off. And that's why it
It was so deep.
exactly, and
it's
that's
so
why
hard hitting.
he
and
played
edgy.
such a good Adam Fleck.
Oh, he's got to get a Oscar nomination
Oh, you should actually.
or Emmy.
Oh, you should.
I don't know these things.
I
It's
mean-
Oscar.
I mean,
Oscar?
Joker broke the box office for the record for October.
Yeah,
The best movie to come out in October.
yeah. It did.
So
And so far,
in
a
the
lot of-
second week he did it.
Yeah.
So
and so far, it's considered one of the best movies of the last portion of 2019.
exactly. So
Obviously, you're not counting like your
Well,
your Endgame,
well,
and
Endgame's gonna take it
and
obviously.
your Spider-Man.
Well, anyone's gonna take it obviously.
But like the last
Uh,
quarter of the
and
year,
Spider-Man probably be second, but
yeah, the last quarter of the year.
or maybe Option Show will take it. I don't know, but
Hobbs and Shaw actually was number one for a long time.
yeah. So this Joker
But in terms of comic books,
and for it
it's-
to come out on Mental Health Month,
yeah, I know, right?
uh,
Mental Health Awareness Month.
exactly.
Those suckers
That's why.
planned that
That's what
thing
they did.
so
They planned it very well.
smart. And I think because of the month it was in, there were a lot of people who found it a little bit too edgy.
Yeah, I also heard that most people, well, some people walked out.
Stupids. First of all, you pay for the movie, watch it, right? I'm not about wasting money. Secondly, why would you go and watch the movie, and then why would you go pay for the ticket and expect it to be different? It's about the Joker.
Yeah, but
The Joker's twisted.
I don't think they expected it to be like that. So
No, but he's twisted.
he is twisted. He is twisted.
Is it because is
but-
it because you never? I don't understand, because there's been a long time since we actually got a full on Joker.
Yes.
Leto didn't fully play. He was in and out of scenes. It was not a constant movie. It wasn't a movie about him or a movie where he was.
I feel like
one of the other
I
features.
feel like why they felt that, because if you look at Heath Ledger's one, it's also similar. He was also a bit insane. in
yeah,
his head.
he's like you.
But-
If you look at Heat's one,
yeah.
he's just as twisted. The thing is, he is accompanied by an antagonist.
Yes.
He's accompanied by Batman. There's
Exactly.
somebody
There was someone to stop him. Yeah, to
there's
balance
somebody
out.
that's
There was
balancing
good.
him.
There was good in the movie.
I mean, sure, they didn't go
And so-
that deep into this, like how the Joker movie went deep into
Yes.
just diving into into Joker's mind.
So that's why I feel like they walked out because they couldn't take it because there was no good.
yeah, there was nothing. There was no good and evil in that movie.
Exactly to stop Joker.
But at the end of the day, It was a movie about a villain.
Exactly. It was a movie about Joker. It was Joker's movie.
So, like, why you
So
catching feelings? Because it's not a movie about a villain who somehow realizes that they're doing the wrong thing and now they're gonna change their life around. Really?
imagine that. But
It's not a Venom movie.
no, so yeah, so it was basically
A full-on fledged villain movie.
exactly
Full on.
you were meant to be on his side, and you meant
No,
to
not. I don't think you. It was similar to what happened in Infinity War. You were not supposed. You're not particularly taking his side, but you kind of, in a way, felt for him. Now there was an emotional tie to you and this character.
exactly.
Where before there was this another side of this tie where you were like, "There's a Batman. This guy's crazy. Batman needs to stop him." And then you kind of like, "Yes, Batman, stop him." Now you kind of have to empathize with him. Like, okay, he's had all of these events happen to him, and he's slowly decaying.
Exactly.
And
His mind is then becoming
now you can,
unstable.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
it was unstable, and you're starting to see the cracks.
it was
And then
unstable.
now you're like, oh, shame. Like I can imagine somebody. It's similar. It's similar to what happened with how Christopher Nolan portrayed Batman,
yes,
where you started feeling for Batman to the point where you could be like, you know what, somebody who is a billionaire philanthropist could be Batman. So somebody who has deep mental issues and is cracked can somehow turn into a Joker.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I felt. It was like, you know what, this apart. I never thought of it that deep and like, oh my goodness, mental health and wada, until I went on Facebook and everybody was talking about it. I was like, still no. Not to say that I'm shining mental health, that's the issue, but what I'm saying is you kind of felt that, that anybody with that type of issue could fall off like he did and could become the Joker, like how somebody in Nolan's portrayal of Batman who is in a position like Bruce Wayne could be
But yeah,
Batman.
okay, but taking into effect his mental health, right? And then he was decaying over the years,
Or
right?
he was decayed and you
And
were
then
seeing how he was
and
slowly decaying even further.
and being bullied and
Being
teased and
picked
laughed
on
at
and yeah,
the whole time, pushed it over the edge, right?
yeah,
Because no one really took him serious.
yeah.
And so, but what you also see is his smarts.
Yeah,
Because
towards the end, you
yes,
actually start to see that because for a large bit of the movie, he was kind of portrayed as this person who was not allowed to be himself,
yes,
and so he was always shunned, and so he was always looked at as man,
yeah,
get out of my face, you're
and
just a
so
nuisance, you're not
yes,
smart, you're
exactly,
stupid. But
and
in the end, when
so
he finally embraced the Joker persona, you see him, and in that thing when he's on the show on that talk show with Robert De Niro,
yes,
and he's talking, you were like, oh flip, this guy's brilliant. And he's like, and he just went in. He's like, and that joke is like, knock knock. What do you call? What do you call? What did he say?
I don't know,
Is it
Sika.
a billionaire or philanthropist or what do you call somebody who abuses something, whatever,
Yeah,
whatever? And then they were like, that's not time for a joke. And he's like, you get what you deserve. Pah!
yeah, but he
And
was
then he
smart.
stabbed their poor auntie.
Yeah, no, but he was smart though. You see his smartness because, um, in the end, right of the movie, you begin to see Joker in his true form, right?
I've
And
got a theory about this movie, though. I read online recently.
okay,
I'll finish.
and then you begin to see Joker in his true form, where he's now comfortable
Being,
being who he is,
yeah, being the Joker.
and being a person that starts something.
Like, starts riots and
Yeah,
people follow him. Starts a
exactly,
movement, basically, in a
exactly.
sense.
That he didn't mean to do it, but he did it because now people seeing him.
Yeah, and thinking he's the good guy and he's
Exactly,
bringing justice to Gotham because of
exactly.
all of these rich
When
people
he's
who are just snobs.
when he doesn't have his clown persona on, it's not him. When he has it on, that's him.
Yeah, and he doesn't take it
Uh,
off, so he always has it on.
exactly. So in a way, you get to see that yes, does have mental health issues, but you also see that he embraced it and he lived with it.
Yeah.
He used it towards his advantage.
I mean, sure, it was the two crime, but nevertheless.
Yeah.
But now I got a theory that I read it recently.
Yeah.
They say that there was a possibility that Batman exists in that universe of Joker.
I don't know.
No, I read the theory, right? So this is what they're saying. They're
I
saying
saw Bruce Wayne very young.
no. There's two sides to it, right?
Okay.
They say it's a possibility that because in the movie, if you haven't watched it, or well, you've probably watched it if you listen to it now. If you're listening to us now, but in the movie, you kind of have a hard. It's very hard for you to basically cipher what's real and what's made up in his head.
Yes.
Because for a long time in the movie, you think it's actual events happening, and then there comes two scenes actually that make that where it dawns on you like, huh? Hold on, wait. So that means X, Y, and Z was not what? Like when we call that poor color hoe.
So sorry.
And then at the end, you see him when he comes to the apartment again. He's sitting down, and she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you here? Your flat is next door." I'm like, "Wait, she's not a hoe." She's like, "Oh," I'm like, "When?" I'm sorry, I called her a hoe. Because basically, there's a scene where he walks in his head. He walks to her apartment, opens the door, and starts kissing her.
Yeah, they start making out. And
Yeah,
so,
and then it's like, "Oh, she a hoe, she a hoe, she a hoe," but then she was not a hoe. I'm so sorry to that lady. Sophie was her name. Anyway, but because of it's, you don't know what's real and what's not, it could be the fact that Batman's already existing and you seeing the Joker story told from his point of view
yes.
to his therapist, where he's basically reimagining the past.
Exactly.
So he's it's not actual events that happened. That whole movie could just be him reconstructing
The events of
the events of what happened in the past, the way
Exactly.
in his head. So it's like, oh, technically Joker won, but the possibility is that no, Joker could have been stopped and he could have been incarcerated, because remember, it's in the film. He is in asylum, right? He goes to fetch the files on his mother,
Yes.
right? And I saw something where they mentioned that the time on the clock in the asylum was the same time when he went back to the asylum at the end. So there's a possibility that he never actually left the asylum. This is the second theory, that he was incarcerated by Batman already, and he's been in the asylum for years, and he was locked in the asylum for years before he became Joker, and he slowly was thinking up all of these events to build confidence, where he's the hero and he's the guy who's doing the right thing, and him accepting his persona the right way. And they said that everybody knows the Waynes died,
Yes.
right? So he would have known the information, and because it was a very detailed case in Gotham, so he
Yes.
would have known that the Waynes died. You understand what I'm saying? And he could have slowly been building up to the point, and in the end, he's like, I can be victorious in this if I just be Joker, if I accept this persona. And him killing the therapist in the beginning could very at the end could very have been his first kill, and then he eventually escapes asylum and then becomes the Joker.
That could be possible.
That's one theory. So Batman is there. The second theory, more of that theory, was that he knows who Batman is. No, think about it, because in the movies he's the same age, so he could have already been locked up by Batman, figured out who Batman was, and kind of like caused it. And then that's why at the end, when he's laughing and the therapist asks him what's so funny, and he tells her, "You wouldn't understand the joke. You wouldn't get it if I told you. You wouldn't get the joke."
Yes.
So because saying that he knows who Batman is, but you don't know, and he's the reason why Batman is Batman, because he influenced killing his parents.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
But I wouldn't go for that theory of him.
I would go. For me, I was like, that's a dope theory, but the theory I can kind of like accept is the last theory, where he's been in the asylum and he's
making up all the stories.
He's making the story up in thing, and in the end, he was probably talking to his psychiatrist, telling the stories, and now he sees it, and then he laughs, and then the therapist is like, "What's so funny?" And he's like, "You wouldn't get the joke."
Because how did he get to the asylum if there were so many people around him and the cops were coming? Like,
exactly,
you wouldn't catch him. There's no way you can catch him.
Because everybody, literally, they smashed the cop vehicle
just to get him out.
Just to get him out. So
Exactly.
how would he have been caught?
Exactly. So
You know what I'm saying?
that theory is
That theory could be valid where he got locked up and then he's, and whatnot. But I like the fact that they played to that Joker created Batman and Batman created Joker
type of
theory,
vibe. Yeah.
type of vibe,
Yeah.
where you can't have one without the other. So in the movie, you see that this riot that Joker basically incited caused his parents to die,
Mm.
and then he
Yep.
becomes
No.
Bruce Wayne. So now the joke could be the fact that he created the guy who's stopping him.
Yeah. He was the one that created Batman. Yeah.
So that's you know what I'm saying. So that could be the joke. The other joke could be that he knows who Batman is and realizes that because Joker's not stupid, so
Yeah. But I
realizes
still don't think he knows who Batman is.
yeah, no, he doesn't. The thing is, Joker's always wanted to know who Batman is, but then he couldn't, and then eventually he stopped wanting to know who Batman was.
Yeah, because it takes away the fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and that's why he never had an origin story, and all he was telling different stories of how
mean,
he became Joker.
And every time he
it keeps
catches
the fun.
Batman, he doesn't go for the mask to take him off. He's just like, yeah.
Yeah, he never wants to take his mask off
Exactly.
because he never wants to know who Batman is because
It takes away the fun. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's how I'm saying. I can go with the last theory. That he was locked up already in the asylum, and then wada, and all of these things are happening, and this lady doesn't know that he's about to become the Joker, and she's like, "What's the joke?" And he's like, "You won't get it."
And then she kills her. Yeah.
And then I thought that was gonna be Harley Quinn, but I was like, "Oh, Black Harley Quinn, I don't mind." Huh? Yeah. Comic book movies,
Yeah.
they loosely translate
And
from
then,
comics.
but then he killed her. So.
And then he killed her, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's not," because then that will also explain the time in which Gotham is in the movie, because
Yes.
Gotham looks like it's in the 1980s. So maybe that was his favorite year, and so he reimagined the whole of Gotham in that particular
Well,
time.
we'll only find out if
When they said
they're
they're
in
gonna
talks
do
of making a
number
Joker
two.
too. So, and for the first time, Joaquin Phoenix was like, yeah.
Let's do a sequel, because
I'll do a
I
sequel.
mean that Joker was lit. Because the way it ended, you can eventually kind of adapt it into canon, or adapt it into Matt Reeves' Batman movie, but Joker wouldn't have to be existing anymore.
Yeah. No, but I see the first theory makes sense because how he got caught and
Yeah,
makes
because
sense.
how
That
else
one
would
makes
he have
sense, yeah.
ended up in the asylum again?
That makes sense.
Or did he even leave the asylum?
Exactly.
Was
Really.
was he caught in the beginning trying to be a criminal, and then got caught by Batman, thrown into the asylum, and eventually comes out of the escapes from the asylum as the Joker?
Exactly.
And him just thinking this whole movie is just us showing him us,
showing
how
his version, how he thought, or how he would have liked.
yeah, and how everything is gonna be, and how is he going to be the main guy,
Yeah.
and then you know what I'm saying. That literally could be the joke where the therapist won't get it, because it's like you won't get that this whole thing is in my head
Exactly.
and it hasn't happened, or it could have happened. And
But
then
you must know, Joker is like a Deadpool who's a 4-dimensional character. Like he knows he's a character in the book.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. So maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe the joke is that this is not real. It hasn't happened.
Exactly. You think it's real, but it's not.
It's not real. So that's the joke that you won't get.
Yes.
Meantime, he maybe tried to be a criminal, got locked up by Batman, and now kills his therapist, leaves, and becomes, because remember, he's the Joker when he gets locked up in the asylum for the first time. And then that's where he meets Harley Quinn. So that's what I thought, But it could be the fact that this is all in his head.
But then
and it could be the joke.
again, right?
That's how much at some point that movie made me think.
Yeah. So
That's what I enjoyed about it.
so right, if you think about it, right, Joker's this character who knows he's a character, right?
Yes.
He knows all this. If I kill you, I'm not really killing you because you don't exist.
Yeah, and you're gonna probably come back again at some point.
Yeah, right.
Because there's been a few times he's broken through the fourth
exactly.
wall.
So now, what if every time Joker was in the movie, or every time Joker was around, right, it never really happened?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So
the whole movie could have just
no,
been in his
no.
head.
I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking
You're
about.
talking about wherever you saw a scene with
Joker in
with
it.
Joker. You mean
No.
Joker or at the flick?
No, Joker.
So towards the end.
Yeah. So no, not in the movie. Joker, like in Heath Ledger's movie. What if that never really happened? But because he's telling a story that this happened, this how it was played out. But that never really happened.
Nah, I don't think they go that far back.
Yeah, but you never
Because
know. No, but I'm saying.
Nolan's trilogy is
I know, but
completely
what I'm
separate
saying,
from-
what I'm saying is, what if everything dealing with the Joker, comics, everything,
So that means that
nothing happened, all
So
in
that
his
means even
mind.
Jack Nicholson's one is not even real. Then.
Nothing,
No,
nothing.
no, you see, now that is too far beyond to
No,
comprehend.
but what if he's just a guy who's mental, who was in the asylum, telling these stories?
Yo, that's deep. That's too much. I can't wrap my head around that.
What if he's there? And
Then how do you expose that? Because in that movie, for a large majority of the movie, I thought everything that was there was real until a few scenes that made me realize that it was not
no,
real.
it wasn't real.
Then I'm like, then what's real?
Exactly.
What else
So what
is
if everything dealing with the Joker
Nah, I
is
don't
not
believe
real?
that. I don't. I can believe that in the extent of the movie, that everything that happened with the Joker in it was not real.
What if Joker is just a guy who's mentally unstable in his head, who's in the asylum already, right? But and now he's telling stories to other people that come to the asylum, and he's telling stories about Batman. He's telling stories about how he did this and how he did
So
that.
that means also does Batman exist though? The name Batman.
No,
might be-
Batman exists because we know Batman exists because he's catching other criminals.
Nah,
Okay, he's catching Two-Face. He's
I
catching
get
all of
what
this,
you,
right?
I get what you're saying. I
Okay.
get what you're saying,
Okay.
but at the same
what
time,
if him is just a
nah,
normal guy just saying these stories?
That's never going to happen though.
Because this is Joker who knows that everything he says, or
Yeah,
everything he does,
but you see
is
what
just
I'm
a
saying.
story.
But no, what I'm trying to say is that happened. It happened.
Mind blowing.
No, I'm saying it's happened before, but it's not a continuous theme like Deadpool.
Yes, I know.
Because after some time,
And that's what the writers want you to believe.
yeah, but after some time they took that aspect away from Joker.
Or
The only time you see it again, really, is in Injustice 2 where you're fighting as the Joker. There's a scene, you know, when when the fighters come together and they talk smack to each other. And then I don't know who he was fighting. And then that person says to him, "What are you even doing here? You're supposed to be dead." And then he was like, "Well, that makes two of us," because that person also died in Injustice, the first
Okay,
Injustice
yeah.
movie. It's like that makes two of us. So he's a character. No, see, that's the thing is, DC made Joker a character that can be aware that there's a fourth wall,
yes.
but he's not always aware because that's faded out of his story arc for a long time.
And that's what he wants you to believe.
No, but Wayne, name you. That's Golden Age comics. Where is that from New 52? That's never happened.
But
name me a new because now you must know New 52. New 52 came
But
over.
that's what
and
he
said-
wants you to believe,
Nah,
though.
don't come with that. Nah, that's
That's what he
nonsense.
wants you
See
to
what
believe,
you're
though.
talking is utter rubbish. Utter wind. Utter
But
wind.
that's what he wants you to believe.
I understand Deadpool because Deadpool was created to be a character to know there's a fourth wall
Yeah.
and constantly break it. You understand? Because he's that type of character. Joker can be used as that character, but he's not that character. That's what I'm saying. Because if you're saying that, then technically Batman does. Okay, well, we know Batman's a fictional character, but technically Batman doesn't exist.
What can
Because then
Batman-
that means your theory of Batman created Joker and Joker created Batman doesn't exist.
That's not my theory.
No, well, the theory that you so kindly want to go with the theory that you so want to back up that Batman came back in the past and then had to kill his parents, came back to the future and turned into the
Okay,
good
wait,
Joker.
let me tell you.
No, then it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. You can't have apples and orange and eat together.
Can I tell you the theory? Let me tell you the theory, okay?
You're gonna tell me the theory.
Okay, right. So, Batman, right, at the end of it, right, is fighting to save the universe, right?
Yes.
Right? And the only way he can save the universe is by sacrificing himself.
Yes.
Right? So he goes into this bomb to sacrifice himself, only to be shot back
Into
the past.
Yes.
Right?
You've told it many a time.
Yeah, it's but
Okay.
they don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. They probably
Right.
do, but carry on.
Okay, so he gets shot back into the past.
Yes.
Right? Back into the alley where he sees his parents walking out the theater
Yes.
with little Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little Brucey boy.
Exactly. Right. And so he realizes at this moment, this is the moment. that
Yeah.
His parents die.
And he can stop them from dying.
And so you can see who did it. 'Cause
Yeah.
He never really caught the guy who did it.
No,
Okay?
he never.
I mean, in some theories, in some universe,
Comics,
they-
he's actually caught him.
yeah, but it's not really proven that he was him, right?
Yeah.
So no one really knows who it was. Right. So now he's seen and he's waiting to see who kills his parents, right?
Yes.
Right. And he's going and he's waiting and realizing time is passing, right?
Yes.
And
They
the
should
guy
have been dead by now.
Exactly. And the guy is not coming, right? only for him to realize there's a gun next to him.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he realizes the guy's not coming, right? And now he has to make a choice. If the guy doesn't come to kill his parents, he won't become Batman,
Yes.
right? Right? And then-
Thomas Wayne will.
exactly. Right? That's the Flashpoint. Right? Because Bruce dies in Flashpoint,
Yeah.
right? Instead of Thomas, right? And so, if he doesn't become Batman, he doesn't end up becoming a man who saves the universe,
Okay.
right? So then he picks a choice. He takes the gun, steps forward, shoots his father, shoots his mother, and walks away crying, right?
Okay.
Walks away crying, right? And leaves little Brucey to deal with all of that there,
Okay.
right? And then he walks away, right? Only for the cops to grab him in the end because they heard gunshots, right?
Yeah.
And he had the gun in his hand.
Yeah.
The cops to catch him. So the cops catch him, right? And ask him, why are you crying? Why are you laughing so hard, right?
Yeah.
He says, I have a joke to tell you, but you will not understand it.
You see, so that theory is out the window. If you're telling me Joker has been a fictional character that's been made up in... Okay, true, he has somebody that's been made up in somebody's head, but it's somebody in the asylum who's been telling these stories about a Joker that never is ever real in any aspect of
the
Joker.
presents make everybody up, okay?
And you are not the presence.
The lights are not the presents.
So therefore, that theory of the Joker is some bloke who's weird, sitting in the asylum telling all these stories. It's out the window. It's gone. It's no more.
Hey, I just threw it out there for the universe to catch, okay?
But that
Universe, catch it.
but that Joker movie was good.
No, it was. No,
Thought-provoking.
I give you.
It was weird.
I give it props. It was
nice.
good. It was
It
good.
was Heath Ledger performance. But imagine Heath Ledger in his own movie.
But then you can't.
You can't compare them
exactly.
because
Another thing,
firstly, it's two
people,
universes.
yeah. But another thing, people are comparing them, and you can't. Firstly,
It's like what they
firstly,
it's
I
like
agree.
what they did with Leto.
Yeah.
They compared Leto and Heath, and I was like, blokes, relax. You can't compare them because it's two interpretations of Joker. This Joker is with the Suicide Squad, so it's a different universe Joker.
Exactly.
That's Christopher Nolan Joker in a different universe.
So yeah, no, okay.
And
Besides the fact that it's a
Phoenix.
different universe, right?
And
I give you that, right? But if you take the two universes out, just base it on the acting itself.
Okay,
Okay, right?
Leto is horrible like that.
Of what? Jack Nicholson was quite good actually.
Okay, until we see more of him. I think in Suicide Squad 2 you're gonna get a full-on Joker.
You
now.
should actually get full on.
Yeah, now then I didn't see. I see you guys. Don't judge Leto now because he was in like what 5 scenes in Suicide Squad. That was a 2-hour movie,
which wasn't meant to be a Joker anyway.
I know, but what I'm saying is, if you're telling the origin story of Harley Quinn, you have to have Joker.
No,
so I understand having him in the beginning, once in the middle, or once before the middle,
and then the ending.
and then in the ending. They had him in the beginning, middle, before the middle, after the middle, ending. I was like, yeah, it was a little bit too much. You baited us too much.
Okay, anyway, back to my point,
Anyway,
right?
okay,
Right.
then.
So I was saying,
So
right?
wait until Suicide Squad 2.
Okay, so basically, if you're based on the acting, right, which you can't again because
It's two different people,
no,
two different actors,
yes, but
two different timelines.
it's exactly it's two different storylines because firstly, Ledger's Joker
was
is
meant
an
to go up
established
as
villain,
character, and he's meant to go
Exactly.
up against a
a
Batman
Batman, right? Whereas
because he wants to see the city burn.
exactly. Whereas Phoenix had to establish his character.
Yeah, he was establishing the Joker character.
Exactly. So you can't put them together
You can't.
and then say no. This
You
one's
can
better
say
than
his
this one.
performance if you got chills and you were captivated by his
Yeah, you can say it's on the same level as
performance. You can say that Phoenix's one did the same, gave you the same feeling where it caught you
exactly.
and it gave you chills and you were like, flip, this was psycho.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That one I will agree with, and that one I will go with.
Yeah, that they're both on the same level on that aspect. Other than that, you can't
You
compare
can't
them.
judge them. You can't.
It's just unfair to all of them, all parties at bay. But if they get a Joker 2 movie, brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
Amazing.
Then you can judge it to Hitler's one because then Joker 2 has been established already.
Yeah, he's
From
established Joker, and there might be somebody to counter his evil.
They might.
There would be maybe, I don't know.
Commissioner Gordon, who's a detective at that moment. I don't know.
Yeah, because there was no
but-
Commissioner Gordon at the time.
Exactly. So could be a Detective Gordon that's stopping him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's a lot of There's no plot holes.
You
in
know
the
what I
movie?
want to see though?
It was a very good movie.
You know what villain movie I want to see?
Excuse me. Yeah.
Deathstroke.
Why would you want a movie about
I
Deathstroke?
want the movie Deathstroke. It's because he has a deep background story.
No.
He only became Deathstroke because his son died.
That his origin gets explained in Titans. In Titans.
Yeah, no one cares about Titans.
Not Titans, the series. I'm talking about Teen Titans.
Yeah,
His
again, no
origin. His origin. You can't. That's like say, okay. I know what I'm about to say, and I know they're already doing it. But let me just say it. You cannot give it's like giving an origin story to Black Widow. They're not giving a origin story.
No, it's not a origin story, but it's a background story.
Yeah, but it's a Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
It's not how she became Black Widow. They're probably gonna touch on it a little bit, like how they touched on it. Was the Captain America Civil War? It was one of the movies where she went back and she was thinking about how they had. It was an Avenger
movie, yeah.
Yeah, where you kind of got flashbacks of her
how
when she
life
was trained as from a kid to be an assassin or something like that. So maybe they'll touch a little bit on it on the Black Widow movie. But at the end of the day, you cannot give an origin movie to Black Widow. Right? So exactly like how you cannot give an origin story to Deathstroke, Deadshot.
No, I don't care about Deadshot.
Right, fair enough, he was in Suicide Squad.
I don't care about Deadshot.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you can't give Deathstroke.
Even though he was played by Will Smith, I don't really care about Deadshot.
Yeah, I mean, eventually the comics and some of the games established use that character.
No, what I'm saying is, even bring him into
bring him into a Batman movie.
Exactly.
I agree, but don't give him his own movie. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see
I still want to
Deathstroke.
see him in the big screen. We don't see him in the big screen.
We saw him at the end of that movie that we will not speak of.
No.
That you see the guy that they casted for Deathstroke in that movie.
That was good, actually.
No, they must keep him.
Yeah, that was
he
good,
must
actually.
stay because he looked like
That was good.
from head to
I
toe.
feel like DC gets these characters right in actors.
Yo, I know they get the villains right.
No, Mira from Aquaman.
Oh yeah, she was spot on. Recently.
Exactly.
Recently, DC has been getting it right because, like, flip. She looked like her. Like, how do you find somebody? They did it with the guy who was Deathstroke in the last end scenes of Justice League.
Exactly.
He looked like exactly the
Wade
Clay.
Wilson. Exactly like Wade Wilson.
The structure of his
Slade
face.
Wilson.
Slade.
Wade Wilson
is
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Slade.
Slade Wilson.
Now we know who copied who. If you didn't know,
Marvel copied.
Marvel,
Okay.
exactly.
Anyway, so
Yeah, he looked exactly like Slade. Like how Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Henry looks like. I can't see him in any other movie but Superman because
yeah, Henry Cavill, yeah.
he has
His
the
structure,
Superman look.
His
He
structure
has-
is a Superman look, yes.
Exactly. And so they did it with Myra. Yo, honestly, they took
Mira.
Mira. So it's like they took Mira from the comic, from Aquaman comic. And we're
like
like, right,
it's like they-
CGI her into existence.
Exactly. It's like we're gonna take this and make it live action. Bam.
Exactly.
They even
Verbatim.
got, but even you talk about villains. They even got the Shazam villain, Doctor or Professor, whatever his name.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, they got him thing with the
eye guy.
monitor.
Sorry, they even got his look right.
Yeah, except he was supposed to get
A scar.
the scar. He didn't get the scar, but I understand why he didn't get the scar. Because if he had got the scar, you would have had to introduce Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam's not coming yet.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, as I'm saying, they villains.
if somehow Black Adam turns out to be if Dwayne the Rock Johnson turns out to be a Black Adam perfectly
Like he
matched-
probably because he has his skin tone.
Exactly.
He has his skin
So
tone.
if
It's
perfectly
not like
do
they're
it-
gonna cost a white.
if they
thing.
perfectly do it, I will believe that now DC has taken the comics and then
They villains on point.
And, yes, exactly.
And they villains on point. because how do you get and some of the characters because you got Aquaman's wife, well, in the movie, his girlfriend,
Yes,
spot on, looked exactly like her.
I was amazed.
I was just like,
Damn.
what? They got at the cutscene of the movie we don't like to speak about.
Yes.
The cutscene where when he comes into the boat, you see Slade, and I saw him. I was like, wait, that looks like yes. And I went to go watch Justice League with my mother. And my mother was like, why are you going yes? It's like, they finally brought him. Who's him? Slade Wilson. Who's that? Deathstroke. Who's that? He's a character from DC.
One of the greatest. So
one of the greatest assassins
Exactly.
in the DC universe.
and so
I was like, on point. The looks, the facial structure, the patch, the gray hair, his outfit. I was like, flip. They need to keep that guy, whoever he was. Keep him on. He needs to play. The next, maybe Batman 2 of Matt Reeves' Batman, you bring in Deathstroke.
yeah, we never had a Batman versus Deathstroke, huh?
You've never. There's
Yeah,
never
exactly.
been Deathstroke. And Deathstroke is one of Batman's toughest opponents.
Yes, because he's quite good.
Even if you pair him up with somebody like Two-Face.
In fact, I feel like hand to hand, he's better.
Oh, then what? Two-Face?
No, not Two-Face. Than Batman.
Combat?
Yeah.
No, Batman's better than him. He's a good tacticianer.
Gives Batman.
Batman is like what number 2 in the most skilled hand-to-hand combat fighters in
number 3.
Number 3. Number 1 is the person who, number 2 is the person who trained him. And number 1 is the person who trained
The trainer. Yeah.
Lady Shiva.
Lady Shiva trained
She's
Ra's
the
al
one.
Ghul. Ra's al Ghul trains
yeah.
Batman.
Just like,
So
but Slade does give him a run for his money.
I feel like
Because Slade is a tactician,
Yeah.
so
I feel like
he's
although-
always on top of his game.
But I feel like that list is going to change soon when Damian Wayne grows up.
Yeah, most likely, and becomes Batman.
Exactly,
Becomes
because
the
you must know he's been trained by Batman and he's been trained by
by
Ra's al Ghul.
Talia. So he's been trained
And
by
Talia.
he's been trained by the League of
3 of
Assassins.
them.
Yeah.
So-
He can go. He can probably go to toe. And plus, he's not worried about killing.
Exactly.
He'll slice you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if his weapon is a katana and every other Robin before him had a stick, you must know he's lethal.
exactly.
So yeah, but I mean, so I'd like to see that the Batman with a Deathstroke in it.
Yeah.
And then give us more characters that from Batman's rogue list that we haven't seen on a big screen before. Don't give us another Two-Face. Give us a proper Poison Ivy.
Oh, I'd like to see a proper Bane.
And okay, listen, that Bane was not bad.
No, but that Bane is English.
Yeah, but that Bane was set in real life though.
Yeah, but that Bane is English.
I know he was English.
He sounded English too.
Yeah. But he was a good Bane though. It's like,
Yeah, give props.
you
Venom
think
played a good Bane.
darkness? Yeah, I know he did. Venom to play a good Bane. You think darkness is your ally? You were
No. You were just.
no. I was born in it.
You merely adopted it. I was born in it.
Raised in it. I didn't see the day of light until I was a boy. but when I was a man, by then it was
Exactly.
too late.
You see, even you kill it in the English accent.
Yeah, it was. He has an English accent.
We need Bane,
It was
the Spanish one. Okay.
No, but you know what? I
Who
understand.
takes the serum and gets big?
Yeah, but the reason
Okay.
why they did that is because Christopher Nolan wanted to keep it as real as possible.
Yeah, I know.
Having a serum to make him big and buff is not that realistic. I know. But maybe Matt Reeves' Batman, they'll have the Bane with